What is a Pixar short? When you go into a movie theater, you know what you're going to be dealing with. Oppenheimer's 3 hours. Watching all three Cars movies combined is 5.5 hours. I mean, Lord of the Rings is 12 hours. 12 hours. 12 hours. And all of these experiences make sense when you watch the movie. It takes all the time that it needs to put out a good story. But what if it was 5 minutes? Let's cover some benefits of Pixar shorts. Pixar shorts are basically the breeding ground for Pixar movies. They're just short little 5-minute segments that are used to train animators and such, just random stuff really. Like, oh hey, what if we did some random stuff? That's what I just said. Jokes aside, there are a lot of benefits to shorts. I mean, firstly, they're 5 minutes long. I mean, everyone's got 5 minutes to spare. I mean, heck, you're probably watching this on the toilet or something. You have 5 minutes right now. Go watch a Pixar short. For the company itself, it allows them to spend more time on other projects. It's just another thing that they can produce to build up a reputation. So it gives them more time to work on feature films. It gives them more time to work on scandals or something. And then when a film is 5 minutes long, you have a lot of time to spend in those 5 minutes. In a feature film, it's an hour and a half. If you want to watch the whole thing, you got to sit down, get popcorn, get all this crap. With the short, you got 5 minutes. Make it or break it. And as I said earlier, they're even used to teach animators. With shorts, there's no stakes for animators, so they just throw some new guys in there and they're like, all right, make something good. And then sometimes they do. And then if I haven't said this already, it's good for innovation. If you don't know how liked an idea is going to be, just throw it in a short. We'll figure it out. So really, it just sets up other projects. I mean, look at Toy Story, right? We got this huge franchise, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm racking in like over $2 billion or something absurd. But it was inspired by Tin Toy. I watched this crap last night, and it is the most vile stuff I have ever seen in my life. Look at that baby. Babies are not supposed to be shaped like that. Low-key, though, that baby is genuinely terrifying. I know it's like 1992 or something, but by God, get that thing out of my face. That being said, there are some bad things about them. I said a second ago, shorts are low stakes because they're just shorts. They're not going to make any money. They're just going to be there to test things. But they can still affect story. I mentioned Tin Toy, and that's what I like to call an original short. An original short is just when something new is made. Now, a build-off short, or a sequel short, prequel short, whatever you want to call it, is when they take an already existing franchise like Toy Story, and they make a short related to it. A good, not-so-good example of this is the new short from Elemental, Carl's Date. And another thing to consider here is Doug Days, which is like a TV show-esque short. It's like a series of shorts. I can't explain it. It's like if you like Helen Keller or something. What? But Doug Days and Carl's Date, they do some really terrible things. Now trust me, I'm a huge fan of Up. But these sequel things suck. They are terrible. Making sequels is sometimes the worst thing you can do for a series. Sometimes stories just don't need to be told twice. The problem that I have with these shorts is that they undermine the already existing characters. For example, Carl's Date tells the story about how Carl, now with a dead wife, has returned home with his dog Doug, and he was about to go on a date with a woman who asked him out. But he has a conflict. There's Ellie to consider, the main motivation behind Up. Now, yes, I do understand that in real life, if somebody's wife dies, it's fine for them to go marry someone else. That's fine. They need somebody in their life probably to take care of them. But why Up? Why? Why? And even the way that they do it is lazy. They dedicate this whole time to having Carl be okay with himself, how he is. He doesn't need to dye his hair or any crap. He just needs to go to the date and be him. And then they squeeze in this little moment where he's like, Ellie, you're still my girl. And yes, it's wholesome. Who gives a crap, though? What was the point of the first movie if we're just going to look at him and be like, wow, that's so adorable. He's doing all this for his wife. And then he gets through it. And then he just says, oh, okay, screw this. This ain't working. This dream is a failed dream. I'm going to go hang out with my dog now and marry some other girl. What? And it makes me so mad. I'm peeing. I am physically peeing my pants. But again, not all of these shorts related to films are bad. Take 22 vs. Earth. This short is related to the movie Soul. And before Joe Gardner, the main character of Soul, came in, it was just 22 trying to make friends. And it was fine. It didn't affect the story. It showed some character development, but we already had all that information because we watched the movie. So it didn't do anything harmful. It was just a fun 5 minutes, good for practicing animation. It did the job. And that's what a short should be. It should be everything that the longer movie is, but condensed into 5 minutes, just a shorter story. The problem that I have with Doug Days and Carl's Date, it's just Carl and Doug. Where's Russell? He was one of the driving forces of Carl's character development, and we're just gonna throw him to the side? We can't even have him, like, just appear? Like in the background? No, we have a dog, a talking dog. But now the question is, what makes a short special for Pixar? We've seen Bao, we've seen Piper, we've seen The Blue Umbrella, we've seen the notorious Lava. That's probably the biggest short out of them all. But they're all just cute. They all tell a sweet, simple message. Nothing complicated like a movie where you have to analyze this scene, analyze that. It's just a story. It's simple. And you gotta love it for that. And better yet, because they're just simple stories, they don't have an effect on anything. Unless they're Carl's Date, then unless they're Carl's Date. In that case, I'll just punch you in your throat. This is the type of content we need. Not something connected to a major franchise. That's the last thing we need. Just make another movie. Or just don't. Leave it where it is. Let it resonate with you. Let it build nostalgia. If you can build nostalgia, then that'll make a better movie later on. So just, oh my goodness, just stay in the simple story range. It'll be good, I promise. So, what's the conclusion? Well, Pixar shorts are pretty good. But I swear to God, if I see one more up-related short, I'm gonna lose it!